I believe that every setback is a lesson in disguise. When I was 18, I made mistakes. I was a boy from Madeira, living in Manchester, and sometimes I let my emotions get the better of me. I was rejected too. Many people said I was just a show-off with fancy stepovers, that I wouldn't make it at a big club like Manchester United. But I've never regretted those early struggles. In fact, each one taught me something new, something that forged the player and the man I am today. That's what I tell every young player, every young person. Don't be afraid to fail, because every failure is your teacher. Especially in the early years of your career, it's essential to experiment, to dare. The sooner you fall, the faster you learn, and the stronger you become. And you know, when you go through these difficulties, you realize that success doesn't come without obstacles. It's like I always say, talent means nothing without work. There's no easy path, but every stumble that you value as a learning experience is a step closer to your goal. I clearly remember each of the doubts I faced. They left their mark, but they never stopped me. When I look back, I realize that this is exactly what made me stronger. Facing criticism didn't make me retreat. On the contrary, it made me train with greater determination. With every no I heard, I gained more confidence that something greater was waiting for me. What kept me going was the certainty that if I didn't believe in myself, who else would? If you're just starting out, remember that failures are not the end of the line, but the beginning of something new. What differentiates people who dream from those who achieve is how they deal with their setbacks. So every time you make a mistake, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Because it is in the midst of challenges that you will discover your true strength. Every setback you value is a stepping stone toward success. When I was young, I didn't know much about tactics or the pressure of the big stage. In fact, what drove me was pure love for the game and a burning desire to be the best. But one thing I realized early on is that the mentors you follow make all the difference. I didn't choose my clubs just for their name, but because of the coaches I admired. I've always believed that more important than the jersey you wear is the leader who guides you. I learned so much from my first great managers like Sir Alex Ferguson. He was like a second father. He shaped my vision, my discipline, my hunger. Working with people who share your ambition is one of the greatest blessings you can have in your career. A good leader is not just one who commands, but one who inspires. They challenge you to be better, to demand more from yourself, and to reinvent yourself. This is what I found in my great mentors. People who showed me that the future belongs to those who work when no one is watching. And that made me understand that it's not just about what you do on the pitch, but about how you grow alongside someone who believes in you. I remember thinking several times, if not now, when? If not me, who? It's this kind of mentality that a good leader instills in you, pushing you to be the best version of yourself. Following a quality leader isn't just about learning to be a good player, it's about becoming a better professional. This goes beyond technical skills. It's about developing resilience, vision, and above all, the will to make a difference. You can be sure the lessons you learn alongside a good leader are the ones you take with you for the rest of your life. It was these lessons that helped me form my own vision of leadership, based on leading by example rather than just by words. The leader who challenges you to leave your comfort zone is the same one who prepares you to build a legacy. That's the real strength of quality leadership. So if you're at the beginning of your journey, don't worry so much about the name of the company or the club you're in. Ask yourself, am I being inspired by the leader I follow? Because it is this inspiration that will shape the professional and, more importantly, the human being that you will become. If you're just starting out, my advice is simple. Follow your passion and explore your limits. When I was young, I didn't know much about anything else but football, but I sensed that I had a unique potential. This intuition led me to train harder than anyone else. The uncertainties you face today will be the stories that tell your success story tomorrow. When you take risks while you're young, the possibilities are endless. Youth is the perfect time to experiment, try new things, and dare to sow. When I started out, everyone thought I was too skinny, too flashy, but I believed in my vision, and that's exactly what you should do. Don't limit yourself by other people's expectations. If you have a dream, pursue it with everything you've got, even if no one else believes in it. After all, champions must have vision and dreams, and part of that vision is investing in the future. I've always believed that real legacy happens when you invest in people. When I encourage the young players in my team, we all grow. And that's what we must do with young people. They need guidance, but also the freedom to experiment, make mistakes, and learn from them. In the end, they are the ones who will lead tomorrow's changes. My role now is to guide them through this process, sharing the experience I have gained and allowing them to create their own path. Whenever I see young talents, I feel an immediate connection. I see in them the same ambition I had when I started. What motivates me today is helping these young people realize their potential. I believe that by investing in them, we're building a better future for the sport. They bring new energy and new solutions. That's what keeps me optimistic about the future. It's funny, but sometimes I'm asked why I invest so much time in mentoring when I could be enjoying the success I have already built. The answer is simple. It's our duty as those who have been at the top to pass the baton on. If we don't, who will? This is how we ensure that the legacy of hard work and excellence continues. For me, investing in young people is like planting seeds for a more prosperous tomorrow. So if you've reached this stage of life, invest in the next generation. Don't keep your knowledge and experience to yourself. Share, teach, and inspire. When you empower young people, you are guaranteeing a future of great achievement, both for them and for the world. And remember, when young people have a dream, they don't feel poor, because they carry with them the fuel needed to turn that dream into reality. I faced many doubts. Many people said I wouldn't succeed, but I never let those doubts define me. Each of those rejections only motivated me to train harder. I knew that somewhere there was something bigger waiting for me, and the only way to find it was to persist. Persistence is one of the most important qualities for any person who wants to be the best. If you believe in your vision, keep working at it, even when others say it's impossible. You can't give up just because you face challenges. If I had given up after the first few times people criticized me, I wouldn't have won my first Ballon d'Or. The journey is never easy, but it is in persistence that you find the strength to overcome the biggest challenges. Every time you face a barrier and keep going, you get closer to your goal. It's like I say, don't listen to the critics. What needs to change is your focus, your effort, not your dream. When I was at Manchester United after the 2006 World Cup, The whole stadium was booing me. It was the most difficult moment of my career. Many people called it a failure, but I knew that if I kept going, something good would come. It was persistence that kept me going during those difficult months. I believed in my talent and I kept working towards my goal even when it seemed impossible. Success only comes to those who don't give up, no matter how long the journey. What kept me persistent was the certainty that difficulties are temporary, but what you build with persistence can last forever. Many people have talent, but let fear and difficulty stop them from being realized. What makes the difference is the ability to keep going even when everything seems to be against you. If you have a vision, believe in it and keep going, because as I often say, your love for the game makes you practice until you get it right. Don't wait for perfection.